Ladies and gents, welcome to tonight's edition of Morte D'Arthur. Tonight we'll be telling how Sir Lamorak valiantly fought off against the Knights of Morgan Le Fay's castle, and because we've been discussing this in the pre-show, I'm going to do this whilst drinking some proper Welsh whiskey from Penderyn Distillery. This was the whiskey I got for Christmas. Penderyn haven't sponsored me to do this, by the way, but we were just discussing whiskey in the pre-show, and currently Penderyn whiskey is my whiskey of choice. So let's do it. It's a Friday as well, guys. It's a Friday, so I am allowed to drink on the show. I know, Danny. Who knew? But what's more perfect than Welsh whiskey for when discussing stories, most of which are set in Wales anyway? I mean, technically, for Tristram and Isolde, we should have been drinking Cornish whiskey. Does Cornwall make any drinks, is the next question. I don't think Cornwall must make something there. Maybe Cornish wine. Or just a pasty. We should be eating a Cornish pasty whilst discussing Tristram and Isolde. But for the meantime, we've got this. And yes, well, it was Queen and Danny's and Lars's and everyone's idea to do this in the first place. Hello, Herbert. Hello, and hello, Taz. Come in. Oh, you'll have to, Danny. You will have to. Which part of the UK are you coming back to? Very nice whiskey. Hello, Karen. Hello. Come in. Welcome. Which part of this UK are you coming back to, Danny? So, this is good. I feel it's what Tales should be. Me possibly. If I smoke, I mean that bit. If I could smoke a pipe, that would be perfect. Actually, if I could smoke a pipe and eat some very stinky strong cheese whilst doing this, then that would be perfect. But we'll see how we go. Hello, Karen. Hello. Oh, you're coming to Leeds, Danny. You're coming up to Leeds. Leeds is nice. Leeds is a lot drier now than it was before. So yes, pop up to Leeds. Leeds is nice. You're in the north. North is my favourite part of the country. Yes, I mean the thing is, I've had desires for years, guys, for years and years to smoke a pipe. I mean, like ever since sort of, seeing pictures of Gandalf sort of in illustrated copies of Lord of the Rings, I thought, yes, I could do a pipe, and my uncle used to smoke a pipe. But I don't like tobacco. I can't stand the smell or taste of it, so I can never smoke a pipe. What I need is, unless it could be sort of a fraud who just had a pipe that I just never actually smoked, but just chewed on, that might work. Cornwall makes a dry sparkling champagne. Oh, well, there we go. The next time we tell a tale set in Cornwall, clearly we need to go for some Cornish dry sparkling champagne. Like a peach white owl. A peach white owl? What's a peach white owl? Apart from a peach white owl, should be something you should perhaps not say. Oh, it's tobacco-y stuff. Queen, by the looks of it, it's just a cigarette. No, it's a cigarello. It's only pipe. Pipe, that's it. It's just, I'll have to give up on the pipe. It's a pipe dream. Yes, smoking a pipe is a pipe dream. It will never happen, but I can dream of it sometimes whilst I'm walking around. That maybe smoking it. Perhaps not, Mad Sub. Although the one thing that I would smoke, if anyone has some actual sort of old barley, sort of. That I would go for. If I could go for that, if I could have some actual proper Shire pipeweed, that I would go for. If some long bottom leaf. Hello, Francis. Hello. Come in. If we could do some long bottom leaf in a pipe, I would smoke long bottom leaf in a pipe, and that's it. I would. I would endure tobacco. I could. I feel like I could. If it was proper Middle Earth pipe weed, I could smoke pipe weed, but only if it came from Middle Earth. That said, when I go to New Zealand, if there is like some kind of tobacco gift shop there, I'll probably end up buying some New Zealand pipe weed just for the sake of it. No, it's okay. It's okay because technically, right, the way I see it, Francis, the way I see it, it never did any harm to, the hobbits or Gandalf. Those guys lived forever. Clearly, in Middle Earth, the pipe weed there is not toxic. But I like the idea of having a pipe. I want sort of a Gandalf pipe that comes out to sort of here, and I'm like puffing away, sort of going, oh, yeah, I could do that, just. A big long Gandalf pipe, sort of sit out facing the York moors, looking up there, seeing the clouds up above, and like, oh yes, we're going to tell a story about this today. Yes, only like bigger than Edith, like just proper. Basically, Gandalf pipe. This is. Oh, you can buy Gandalf's pipe. Holy moly, eBay is selling me a Gandalf pipe. What are the odds of me coming back with that? Yeah, this is what I want, guys. Yeah, just not the tobacco, just a pipe, this is my old age, guys. I see myself. The hair is getting to this stage, but if I could just do that, if I could just grow a beard and have a pipe and wear a dressing gown all day, that would be old Simon sorted. Old Simon wearing a permanent dressing gown with pipe and stuff and... Okay, Francis, you whittle me a long pipe and we can blow bubbles out of it. I don't need it to be alcohol, just to look like a wise old man with a pipe and a beard. I might have to buy a fake beard at this point in time. I've been growing this beard, by the way, for the past 2 months. It's not gone anywhere. Maybe the whiskey will put something on me. But hey, that's it. Yes, I spilled whiskey on myself that I got too excited that I did. Yes, that's Photoshop me as Gandalf. Who are the Hoosiers? Who are? I've heard the name Hosier is different to the Hoosiers. Yeah, I can see. Actually, I think this Hosier dude looks more like me. I pull that pose. I don't know these songs, guys. You're hitting me with singers and songs and stuff. Not the Hoosiers. Hoosiers aren't cool. Hosier. I didn't even realise there was a difference between Hosier or Hosier. He sounds like a Hosier, as opposed to the Hoosiers. But hey, it's all there. Hello, Mary. Hello, welcome this evening. Welcome. Come in. But yeah, I think this Hosier dude has stolen my look. God damn it, he's stolen. My God, he doesn't wear as much knitwear as me. He's more of a denim guy than a cardigan dude. I'm definitely more cardigan. And he's tied his hair up as well. This guy who's stolen my look. The guy who's stolen my look, Mary. This is. Let me show you the man who has stolen my look. This is it. Rob Brydon, I'll take. Look, this is. Look at this chap with his hair and his. And then we do. What's the mile like? Sort of. If I do a. So if I pull it back and then sort of like that, like a. Yeah. Looking a bit sort of wayward and perhaps slightly coquettish, wayward and coquettish, and that's and that's it. There we go, ladies and gents. There we go. No braids, no braids, Lisa. Just let it all hang out. That's what we want. Just let the hair. Let the hair. I think I can pull off coquettish, Taz. Coquettish is my middle name. That's it. I walk into shops, coffee shops and stuff. I'm like, oh, can I maybe get some extra cream on top of that? And then I sort of do my little, Can I have the biggest slice of brownie, please? Yeah, I think that's, in fact, that's for my Zoolander look, isn't it? Yeah, I can. Zoolander has nothing on me. Anyway, shall we get into tonight's show, ladies and gents? I do use Tresemme is wonderful. The stuff is professional as well. Tresemme is professional. That's what I like about it. The brownies just have chocolate. And yep, Danny, I just like my chocolates to contain brownie to contain a lot of chocolate. Although, the deli up the road does the best Rocky Road on the planet. And I love Rocky Road because it's basically brownie with marshmallow and it takes me to a happy place. Brownie with marshmallow takes me to a very, very happy place. But speaking of happy places, shall we get into tonight's show, ladies and gents? We are yes, New Zealand pipeweed. I want New Zealand pipeweed with a Rocky Road and some whiskey and maybe a bit of a trim on the fringe, and I'm all good. Give me those 4 things and we'll be fine. Anyway, we are telling the story of Tristram and Isolde, and have turned from Tristram and Isolde for a brief while. I wouldn't know, Danny, the one and only time I've been in Amsterdam, and I think I ate some pasties, some sandwiches. I think I had steak at one point. I just only, there was no dodgy stuff going on there. I just ate very, very well. I drank a lot of beer, so I have some good beer over there. Oh, I had potato croquettes at one point as well. And I had these gorgeous things, which basically sort of mozzarella and mushroom fried in bread. It was great. Great! Ignore the weed in the seedy parts of Amsterdam. Just go there to enjoy all the good food. No bitterballen, although oliebollen. New Year in Holland, oliebollen, best dessert ever. But we're telling the story, ladies and gents. Enough of the culinary delights of Holland, of which there are many. Let's go and tell instead the tale of Tristram and Isolde, because Tristram, most faithful knight in all the realm, second greatest knight after only Sir Lancelot, has been exiled from Cornwall after being caught in bed with the wife of the king. Exiled from Cornwall, he's come and travelled down through Britain into the land of Camelot, where at last, ladies and gents, he has been made a knight of the Round Table by King Arthur himself. And, hearing this, King Mark of Cornwall, whose wife dearly loves Tristram, has set off to Camelot in the hopes that he might be able to assassinate Tristram. And while all of this is going on, ladies and gents, while Mark is now within Camelot thinking of how he might take Tristram's life, we turn and go towards the knight who hates Tristram most in all the world, Sir Palamide. For Sir Palamide, ladies and gents, also loves the Queen of Cornwall, Isolde. Palamide saw her first, if that's anything to go by. For when Tristram was only a new knight and Sir Palamide was courting Isolde, Tristram challenged Palamide to a duel, the outcome of which would be the winner would get to woo Isolde and the loser would have to withdraw. Well, Tristram won that fight, ladies and gents, and Palamide has never forgiven him. And as Palamide now goes towards Camelot so that he might have another fight against Tristram, he is stopped by the way because he has been stopped in front of the castle of that evil witch, Queen Morgane le Fay. Queen Morgane le Fay has her castle just in front of Camelot. And in order for any man to travel by that castle, he must fight with the knights of Morgan Le Fay's own household. Should Morgan Le Fay's knights win the battle, then the knight will be stripped of all his possessions, including his horse. Should the knight win the battle, then he will have to fight another knight, and another knight, and another, and another, and another, until that. Palomides swore, as a good and chivalrous knight, that as he came across that castle of Queen Morgan Le Fay, that he would fight against the knights that came out of that castle, and he would end that custom by defeating each and every single one of them. A noble quest indeed, a noble challenge to throw down to Morgan Le Fay's knights. But before Palomides could ever begin upon this challenge, another knight rode up, strong, tall, beautifully clad in cloth and armour. Sir Lamorak rode up, and Sir Lamorak has now fought and smote down 5 knights of the household of Morgan Le Fay. So that now, ladies and gents, we rejoin with Lamorak and Palomides upon the threshold of the castle to see just what will ride out of its gates next. Ladies and gents! Oh, we don't need me to inspire George R.R. George should just come and watch the show and give up on writing anymore. Ladies and gents, let's get into tonight's show. Then, forthwith came a knight out of the castle with a shield that was branded in black and white. And anon, Sir Lamorak, with his red shield, who had encountered so hard and smote a knight of the castle, should say, "Fair knight, you have overmuch on hand, therefore I shall fight thee." "No," said Sir Palomides, coming up to Lamorak's side. "You've already fought too many knights, Sir Lamorak, and you are surely weary. Let me joust instead, for you must need to compose yourself." "Why, sir," said Lamorak, "do you think that I have become weak and feeble? Sir, I think that you would assess me wrong, and to my shame. For I tell you now, and I tell you in earnest, even if there were 20 knights that came yet, still I would beat them, and if I were beaten or slain, then only in defeat might you revenge me." "And if you think that I am weary," Lamorak said, "and you have appetite to joust with me, I shall defeat you surely enough." "Sir," said Palomides, "I said it not because I wanted to joust with you, just because it seems to me that you've already done so much, and therefore, and you are gentle, you should not take shame. I require you to joust with me anyway," Lamorak said, "and you shall find that I am not weary." "Very well. Since you require that I joust with you," said Sir Palomides, "take keep to yourself." And then those 2 knights came together as fast as horses might run, and the knight smote Sir Palomides so sore on the shield that the spear went deep into his side with a great perilous wound. And therewith Sir Palomides avoided his saddle, and that knight turned unto Sir Dinadan, who was with him, and when he saw him coming, he cried aloud and said, "Sir, I would not have ado with you." But for that he let it not, and Sir Lamorak came straight upon him, and Sir Dinadan for shame put forth his spear, and all to it shivered into pieces upon the knight. But he smote Sir Dinadan again so hard that he smote him clean from his saddle. But the horses he would not suffer his squires to meddle with, by cause that they were knights errant. And he dressed himself again to the castle, and Morgan Le Fay's knights came out, and he jousted with them 7 times more. And there was none of them who could withstand Sir Lamorak, for he bore each of them to the earth. And of these 12 knights he slew in plain jousts 4. And the 8 knights he made them, and the 8 knights who lived, he made them swear on the cross of a sword that they should never use the evil customs of the castle again. And when Lamorak had made them swear that oath, he let them pass. And ever stood the lords and the ladies on the castle walls, crying and saying, "O knight with the red shield, you have done marvellously well done, as ever we saw knight do." And therewith came a knight out of the castle, who was unarmed. And he said, "Knight with the red shield, overmuch damage have you done this day, and therefore return where you will, for there are no more here who would have ado with you. For we regret sorely that ever you came here, for by you is the old custom of this castle done." And with that word he turned again into the castle and shut the gates. And the knight with the red shield turned and called his squires, and so passed forth on his way, and rode a great pace. And when he was past, Sir Palomides went to Sir Dinadan and said, "I had never had such a shame of one knight that ever I met, and therefore I will ride after him and be revenged with my sword, for horseback I deem I shall get no worship of him." "Sir Palomides," said Sir Dinadan, "you shall not meddle with him by my counsel, for you will get no worship out of this. For of this cause you have already seen on this day he has done so much and is already weary. Fighting him now would have no honour." "By Almighty Jesus," said Palomides, "I shall never be at ease until I have had ado with him, I say." "Sir," said Dinadan, "I shall give you my beholding." "Well said," said Palomides, "and then you shall see just how we might redress our mights." And they took their horses of their varlets and rode after the knight with the red shield, and down in a valley beside a fountain they found that he had come down from his horse to repose himself, and had taken off his helm to drink from the well. Halfway through tonight's tale, ladies and gents, Sir Lamorak, after defeating every single knight within the castle of Morgan le Fay, and after knocking Sir Dinadan and Sir Palomides both from their horses, has gone off, and Palomides, angry and injured in honour that he should have been knocked so cleanly from his horse, has chased after Sir Lamorak, demanding vengeance. But surely the vengeance will be no good thing. Surely there's no honour in taking vengeance upon a man who has already defeated so many knights and is weary. Is Palomides just using the weariness of Lamorak as an excuse? We shall find out. Then Palomides rode fast until he came nigh, and he said, "Knight, remember yourself of the shame that you did to me just now at the castle. Therefore, ready yourself for battle, for I will have ado with you." "Fair knight," said he to Palomides, "of me you will win no honour, for you have seen this day that I have been worked sore." "As for that," said Palomides, "I will not let, for know you well that I will be revenged." "Well," said the knight, "then I must endure your assault." And therewith he mounted upon his horse, and took a great spear in his hand, ready for to joust. "No," said Palomides, "I will not joust, for I am sure that at jousting I will get no prize." "Fair knight," said Lamorak, "it would beseem a knight to joust and to fight on horseback." "You shall see what I will do," said Palomides. And therewith he came down upon foot, and dressed his shield afore him, and pulled out his sword. Then the knight with the red shield, who was Sir Lamorak, descended from his horse, readied his own shield before him, and drew his sword. And then they came together a soft paced, and wonderfully they lashed together, passing thick the mountenance of an hour that ever they breathed. And they traced, and they traversed, and they waxed wonderfully wroth, and either one behight each other to death. And they hewed so fast with their swords that they cut in down half their swords and mails, that the bare flesh showed in some places above their harness. And when Sir Palomides beheld his fellow's sword that was wet with his blood, it grieved him sore. And so, while they fought and stuck as wild men, and at the last Sir Palomides waxed faint by cause of his first wound that he had at the castle with a spear, for that wound had grieved him sorely. "Fair knight," said Palomides, "it seems that we have essayed against each other passingly sore, and now, if it may please thee, I require you of your knighthood to tell me your name." "Sir," said the knight to Palomides, "that I am loath to do, for you have done me wrong, and it's of no knighthood to force me into battle, considering the great work I've already done. But if you will tell me your name, I will tell you mine." "Sir," said he, "know that my name is Sir Palomides." "Ah, then you shall understand that my name is Sir Lamorak de Galis, son and heir unto the good knight King Pellinore, and Sir Tor the good knight is my half-brother." And when Sir Palomides had heard him say this, he knelt down and asked mercy. "For outrageously have I done to you this day," he said, "considering the great deeds of arms I have seen you do. Shamefully and unknightly I have required you to do battle." "Ah, Sir Palomides," said Sir Lamorak, "much have you done and said to me." And therewith he embraced him with both his hands, and said, "Palomides, the worthy knight in all this land is no better than you, nor more of prowess, and I regret sorely that we should have had to fight together." "So it doth not me," said Palomides, "and yet am I sorer wounded than you are. But as for that, I shall soon be made whole. But certainly I would not for the fairest castle in this land. But if you and I had met, for I shall love you now for the day to the end of my life, above all other knights except my own brother, Sir Sapphire." "And I say the same," said Sir Lamorak, "except for my brother, Sir Tor." And then came Sir Dinadan upon horseback, and he made great joy of Sir Lamorak, and their squires dressed both their shields and their harness, and stopped their wounds, and thereby at a priory they rested for the night. And there, ladies and gents, we will end tonight's tale. Next week, though, we'll return to Camelot and tell of the disgrace of King Mark. Aye, I'll drink, Madzub. I'll drink indeed. There we are. That was a fun tale. I enjoy anything with a good bit of smiting, and you never know. Now that even Rosie has found out where the smite button is, next week I might actually find out where the smiting emoji is and bring that into the show. Because God knows it's been told. Well, Rosie, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. All good things come to those who wait, Rosie. And next week we have got some corking, cracking shows, which I can't wait to share with you guys. So, all in good time, Rosie. All in good time. We will get a truly epic show for you on the way. Absolutely. But I make my own emojis with my hands. But the smite emoji is always good to stick in the titles, and that's That's what I can aim for. Well, for me as well, Julia, for me as well. I want to keep going, but enough's enough for tonight. Tonight we shall end our wonderful, wonderful sales. Thank you, Herbert. That's a lovely thing to say. And coming up tonight, ladies and gents, is it on, Madsub? Is it on? Good. I hope. I noticed some stuff. I noticed what Paul had been saying in the Twitter group while I was at work today. I wasn't sure. It's actually returning. It's on. Fabulous. Fabulous. Good. Excellent. Paul's on in 90 minutes. Coming up next, we have got Poetry Live. We were interrupted earlier in the week when we did some Mallarmé, which upset me. So tonight I'm going to return to the Mallarmé. We're going to do Mallarmé properly this time without Periscope cutting out, which will be great fun because he's a wonderful, wonderful poet. But thank you so much, guys, for coming out for tonight. Thank you, Herbert and Queen. Thank you, Danny and Taz and Rose. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much for coming, guys. It's been wonderful to see you. It's been wonderful to share the whiskey with you. And yes, Penderyn Whiskey should send me some free whiskey for advertising them on this show, I think. Free case card. Well, a bottle. I'll take a bottle. A free bottle, I think, for doing them on the show. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes as we go and get into Poetry Live and we do some Mallarmé.